Put everyone on the clock from word go. Speed of play. It's a big issue, big debate in our game right now. And you're talking to a player that hasn't had a bad time, so I'm fortunate in that way that I get on with it. But I'm ready to play when it's my turn, and I get so annoyed is the wrong. Well, I suppose I do get annoyed, whereby when people aren't ready when it's their turn to play. And there's a few players I can mention that I won't, but they know who they are, we know who they are, the tour know who they are. They are not ready when it's their turn. Now, I tend to agree with the fact that the first guy, especially in a par 3, has to work things out. The wind. He's first up on a par 3. What's going to happen? He's nothing to guide him as such, so give him a little more time. The second and third guys know exactly what club he's hit because we've all looked in his bag. Because you do. You know exactly what's going on. He's hit a 5-iron. Did he hit it well? Did he not hit it well? If he hit it well, well, generally it's a 5-iron for you too. Get on with it. If he hasn't hit it well and it goes big, well, it's a 6-iron. Or if he's hit it well and it comes up short, hit a 4 and get on with it. It's a problem for the game of golf, and people are doing other things now as opposed to playing golf because it's taking too long. And we've got to do something about it quickly, or else we're in trouble. And these people that have left the game aren't coming back to it. People are cycling. People are doing other things with their family. By the time you've left your house and come back again, it's sometimes 6-7 hours, you know, and it's too long. We've got to do something about it, and we've got to do it now. It's late in happening, too late in happening in my view, but I still think that the timings, we get a sheet, and the timings are still given too long to play a shot. If I stop here and someone's hit a golf shot and I've watched him and I'm on the fairway with him and I know what he's hitting, and I know because some of the caddies give you an idea, you know, they sometimes say I'm hitting a 7-iron or the point whatever, so you know what the guy's hitting. I can see the club what he's hitting. I can see the shape of the club. I know what it's a 7-iron or an 8-iron. We know what the shape of the club is. If I stopped here for 30 seconds and just stood still for 30 seconds, it did nothing. Christ, that's a long time. A bloody long time, 30 seconds, to do nothing. Before you've even put your glove on. You know where I'm getting to. And I think that we're given too long to play the game, and I think it's right that these recommendations are put forward by the European Tour, and let's hope we can do it. They all tend to manage in that Austrian shot clock masters. And then they all get relief the next week. They think, oh, thank God I can get back to a minute now. God, well, thank God. Because I don't have to play in 24 seconds. That should be every week. And I think the only way to do it, as opposed to this recommendation, is if you get behind, you start being timed. Don't let that group get behind. Put everyone on the clock from word go. And then no one would get behind. No one's getting behind if you're on the clock from word go. So you tee off on the first hole, you're on the clock. Well, okay, you're going to get round in that allotted time, aren't you? And so is the second group, and so is the third group, and so is the fourth group. And there's no debate. Especially in majors when there's 52 groups, 156 players, there's 52 groups out there, there's 52 referees, there's a referee with every group. Time them. And if they're over, you penalise them. Why? To me, it's the warning that is wrong. Players have 2 times. Players have 2 speeds. You warn a player, he speeds up until he's now off the clock and he slows down again. On the clock, they only have 1 speed. And we only play golf as quick as the slowest player. And that's wrong. And we shouldn't be determined by the slowest player out there. We should be determined by the quickest one, not the slowest one. And to me, the way to do it is put everyone on the clock from the word go. I'm not saying, oh, you're on the clock, you have to run. But over the shot, you should be taking the allotted, the correct time or else you are not warned, you are penalised. But we've got to get to the stage of not fining or not producing a red card to a 14-year-old child at the Masters, right? I mean, the way to go around there was to speak to his father or his interpreter and say, if you can just speed up a wee bit over the weekend, you've made the cut, which is a fantastic effort. If you just speed up a wee bit over the weekend, it would help everybody. He got a shot penalty when there's guys out there, and I know who they are, who have played the Masters for 30 years, who have not had anything done, and you think, no, that was whoa, hang on, let's get the guys that are really the slowest out there, as opposed to the guys that didn't really understand at 14 years old the pace of play, or whatever the case may be. The only way you have law in a land is a deterrent. If there wasn't a deterrent, people would be stealing, the crime. I mean, there's got to be a deterrent. There's got to be a law of the land that says you can't do that, and you can do this, you can't do that. And if you play the game of golf, you play under certain auspices, certain rules, which is a timing. And it happens in other sports. They've got 24 seconds in basketball to throw it, or else you give it to the other team, right? Which is like a shot penalty, really. Tennis has come in, whereby you've got a certain amount of time to serve. Time wasting in football, you get booked. 2 bookings, you're off. Well, there's a shot penalty. Other sports can do it. The NFL, the football, you've got a certain time to throw the ball back to your quarterback, or else you've lost your down, or whatever it might be. But, everything has a time. Golf has never really had this, and there has to be a deterrent to prevent this happening. And the deterrent is only seen if somebody actually shows you the deterrent to say, right, shot penalty, done. When's the last shot penalty on the European Tour? I don't know. American Tour, I'm not sure. But it has to be, and it has to be not just one shot penalty. Oh God, he was unlucky. Oh, I don't want to be him. No, it's your turn now. Your shot. Bloody hell. Okay, it's happening. And it's happening, and the deterrent is being shown to be proving correct. And Nadal in the final of the US Open there got a couple of warnings and damn near a shot penalty. Okay, good, because he is deliberate. The deliberate players have to be shown a yellow card, and 2 yellows, and I tell you what, you're off. And a shot penalty, that's a hell of a lot. I mean, that could be, the difference between a cut and not a cut, a difference between a card and not a card, a difference between losing and winning, a playoff or not. It's massive, a shot penalty. And the deterrent has to be strong enough. And a shot penalty is the only way to go.